Right now, closing arguments underway in the Drew Peterson murder trial. The former Illinois cop accused of killing his third wife, Kathleen Savio. She was found dead in her bathtub in 2004. Prosecutors will argue a mountain of circumstantial evidence points to Peterson. The defense will say the state hasn't even proven Savio's death was a homicide. Peterson was charged with first-degree murder after his fourth wife disappeared in 2007. He is pleading not guilty in this case. Let's talk about it with Lise Wheel, a Fox News legal analyst. Rachel Self is a criminal defense attorney. And Rachel, as a good criminal defense attorney, you say that the client in this case is going to walk. Why?
Yes, I think the client's definitely going to walk in this case. I wouldn't rent an apartment based on the evidence that's been presented in this case, based on the hearsay that's been presented on this case, let alone convict someone of murder. They haven't even proven it was a murder, and they went fishing around for it after 4 years once his second wife went missing. So at first it was ruled as an accident, and they've got nothing, no physical evidence, no testimonial evidence placing him at the scene. Nobody's saying he was there. So I think it's going to be very tough for somebody to, in good conscience, convict him of murder and sentence him to life in jail.
Well, I don't know. I guess it comes into the, it brings into question the common sense aspect of the jury. I mean, Lise, how many ordinary women, good health, slip and fall in a bathtub and then drown?
Right, slip and fall in a bathtub, a dry bathtub, that is, and it was.
Yeah, the water apparently drained out after she died, which is normal.
It was ruled as a homicide after wife number 4, Stacy Peterson, went missing. So it was ruled as a homicide. You've got that. You've also got a blunt gash to the back of her head, and you have a lot of testimony. You have the third wife, the victim here, testifying literally from the grave. There was a hearsay exception made to this law. She testified about how he was going to make her killing, her murder, look like an accident. You had all those witnesses testifying, 30 of them. Then you have wife number 4, Stacy, who's gone missing, testifying that she knew that Drew Peterson left that night, or about that time he left that night, and she talked to her pastor, her priest, about if she were to get a divorce from this guy, could she use the fact that he'd admitted, he had confessed to her that he killed Kathleen. That's a lot of evidence.
Rachel, this jury doesn't know, presumably, that the fourth wife, Stacy Peterson, has disappeared. I mean, they heard some testimony from her, but they don't know that she's gone missing.
Well, they all know she's gone missing. They're just not supposed to consider it. And jurors do take those rules very seriously, and they take their jobs as jurors very seriously. And when the judge says you're not supposed to consider something, they generally won't consider it. But we're all human, and everybody knows that his fourth wife went missing. But I think that a lot of the issue here, too, is that you have these things, as Lise was saying, that were testified to, and you've got a failure to be able to cross-examine these alleged witnesses.
You have a failure to be able to cross-examine them because they're not there or they're missing. That's the whole point of the change in the law.
Lise, California v. Giles makes very clear that the intent of the party at the time the witness went missing is what's key. It's not necessarily that the witness went missing because of you. It's did you intend for them to not be able to testify because of you?
That hearsay would never have been admitted but for the fact that you cannot create hearsay and have evidence not come in because you kill the victim who then can't testify.
All right, you two should be arguing this case in the courtroom and not on Happening Now. A lot of passion on both sides. Again, closing arguments today. We're going to find out soon what happens to Drew Peterson. Rachel Self and Lise Wheel, thank you both.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
You too.
Well, the Secret Service is keeping a close eye on the campaign trail.
Yes.
Agents use code names to identify candidates, but the politicians get to pick their own aliases.